Hey guys, it's McKernan, and I just wanted to bring a message to you. I'm sitting here in Tofino and sitting beside in a little remote cottage right on the beach here, and it's beautiful. I'm just taking a few days to get away and work on a book. And there's been a question that I've been asked quite a lot, and that is, how do you get your partner on the same page in terms of not a business partner, forget about them, although probably the same principle could apply, but more in an intimate relationship perspective. And as I sit here today, I'm away from my family, I'm away from my wife, who is a huge encourager and believer in the work that I do, and of course in turn me. And I've started to work with couples a lot more aggressively in terms of a retreat, but I've been working with couples for probably 8 years. And it's funny, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, I wouldn't consider myself a drinker and a pub goer, and yet I could go to the pub on a Monday night or a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. And the fact that I feel I could go, in other words, I've got the freedom to do that, means that I don't really have the desire. I feel that a lot of relationships come from a place of control and competition, and that creates a very unhealthy balance. The other thing that I've been talking about recently is a lot about compromising, and we often hear like, oh, relationships are all about compromise, and I think that's complete bullshit. I think that's a really dangerous principle to live by. And when you compromise in the small stuff, it's not long before you're compromising in the big stuff. And the analogy I often refer to is when you come around the kitchen and you bump your leg into the dishwasher and the girl freaks out. And it's disproportionate to what's happened, but of course it's a reflection of the frustration they're feeling, whether it's in their day job or in their relationship. But I think when you feel you have to convince your partner to allow you go on a skiing trip, or convince your partner to allow you go on a motorbike trip, or convince your partner to allow you go to the pub, and work on them to do that, or in turn you feel that if they allow you to do something, well then you need to get them something, and so on and so forth. I think it's not about a communication thing, although it is tied into communication. I think there's something really bigger at play, and something more sinister. And that's an alignment issue, and that's a competition issue, and it's insecurity. And it's insecurity in ourselves, which we project onto our partners. So despite the fact that quite often in a video like this we want the 3 steps how to eradicate something, there is no quick step system to this. But I think what we're not doing is we're not having honest conversations with people. And we're compromising, and we think that's part of creating a healthy balance within a relationship. And it's not. And we're not listening to this, and intellectually we're justifying why we allow some of these things go by and sweep them under the carpet. But we're not listening to our gut, and our gut is saying, actually, I want to go away on a skiing trip. In fact, if I go away on a skiing trip and get away from my wife or get away from my husband, I'll actually be a better person when I come back, and I'll miss them more. And we just let those things slip by year after year after year. So if you're someone who's sitting there saying, I actually feel that sometimes we're not on the same page, and you're getting frustrated with your partner, there's probably something deeper at play here, and there's some sort of insecurity which is most likely buried in your story, whether it's her story or your story. So I'd ask you to maybe dig a little bit deeper, but if nothing else, have a real conversation, say what's on your mind, don't bury it, don't bite your lip, because I guarantee you that shit comes back to haunt you. Thanks.